Good afternoon, YouTube. How you doing today? I trust that you are well, and I've got a message to share with you today. I wanted to talk to you about making a decision to be healed. Have you made that decision? You probably pop off really quick and say, of course I've made that decision. Why wouldn't I decide to be healed? Who wouldn't do that? It's just, of course I've made that decision. But have you actually made that decision? Most people that I talk to haven't made that decision. Not initially. After we've talked a while and we've done some coaching, yes, they do get there. But see, making that decision, it's easy to sit in front of in a doctor's office or walk out of a doctor's office having received a diagnosis and say, I decide, I choose to be healed. That's pretty easy to do. But is it a core decision? There's a core identity. There's a core identity that helped lead you to the path of disease. A core identity. That core identity is attached to conditions, beliefs, thoughts, behaviors, patterns that resulted in disease. And yes, I'm saying that you participated. Now, you didn't know that you were participating. You didn't willfully even participate. You didn't consciously participate. You didn't bring this on yourself by choice. It wasn't really where you were headed and what you were thinking, but at the core identity is what took you there. But that core identity was forged over years of experiences, repetition of messages, of narratives, of experiences, of traumas and dramas, etc., that created an identity, a conditioned identity within you that creates an ego that results in, I'm not healed. I am not healed. It results in the dis-ease. So if you're in disease, and it could be cancer, it could be a bad marriage, it could be bad family dynamics, it could be bad finances, it could be a number of different things. But if you're in those circumstances, dis-ease circumstances, it's because your ego identity helped to bring you there. Now, you want to go to a new destination, a cancer-free life, an abundant life, a thriving life, but you can't go there with the same ego. You cannot go there with the same ego. You won't get there. You'll only get more of what has already been created. Okay? So it's about the death of the ego, and the decision to be healed requires the death of the old ego, the you right now ego. We've been talking about this. Who are you? What's your core identity right now? And who do you want to be? You've got to allow the death of the ego that got you into the disease in order to be able to step forward into the disease-free life that you desire, in order to fulfill your intention to manifest and magnetize and co-create and attract the outcome of cancer-free life, of abundance, etc. Okay, the ego has to die. You cannot go into a new version of your life as the old version of you. You simply cannot do it. You have to be willing and make the decision to allow that ego, that old identity, to die and be rebirthed into a new identity. And there's going to be resistance because the old you is familiar. And familiarity to the subconscious mind means safety. Okay? So your subconscious mind is going to go kicking and screaming into this new version of you if you don't take conscious authority over it and make the decision and say, nope, that isn't the way we're doing things anymore. That is then, this is now. And right now, I'm making the decision, and I am becoming, I am healed. And I'm going to start thinking like it, acting like it, talking like it, living like it, being like it, responding like it. I am going to become, I am healed. right here, right now. My version 2 of me is uploading as we speak. Okay, that's where you need to go. The ego, the ego of the past, the conditioned ego that brought you to the disease has to die. That is the only death sentence assigned in cancer, a cancer diagnosis. The death of the old you, not the death of you, the death of the old conditioned you, that ego that got you here, and the ego that's holding on and wants to hold on because it's familiar. And whether you've realized it or not, dis-ease became familiar and it became safe. Now you got to slap upside the head with a 2x4 with the big C. Okay? The big, that's better, C. And so now all of a sudden you're aware of dis-ease. But the truth is you've been living in dis-ease for a long time before that diagnosis ever came. And your ego, your identity is attached to it. It's attached to it. It's familiar, it's safe, and it's not going to want to let go so easy. So you've got to make a core decision to be healed. I am healed. That's a decision that you've got to make, but you've got to make it in your core. You can't just make it off the, superficially. You can't just say it because it's the thing to say. You have to own it. You have to become the identity of it. This is the point of the topics we've been discussing. Who am I? Who's your ego right now? What's your identity right now? And what do you want it to be? And then practicing becoming it. Practicing becoming it. You've got to allow the death, you must allow the death of your old ego and the rebirth or the birth. It's your rebirth, but the birth of a new V2 of you. And it all exists. We talked about this. It all exists. V2 exists. You just have to align to it. You have to identify your intention and align to it. And aligning to it is the death of the old ego and taking daily action to be a decisive, conscious action, decisions to be the outcome that you desire. To be, I am healed. But if you are acting, behaving, thinking, believing in the old ego, in the old version of you, the version of you that got you here, that participated in getting you here, you can say, I am healed all day long, and you won't be healed. Because the same patterns, the same things happening. Still happening. So you're going to still be in creation mode. Not creating what you want, creating what you don't want, creating what you're resisting, creating what you're going to your doctor for to try to cure. He can't cure you anyway. Doctors have no obligation to cure you. They have an obligation to treat you. They don't have an obligation to cure you. And really, even if they desired to, curing is your responsibility, really. Let the old ego die. Make the decision to allow the old ego to die so that a new you can rise and a new you can manifest the I am healed intention. And I am healed, I'm not talking just, I don't want to just limit this to physical healing, relationship, financial, social healing. I am healed. I am healed. I am restored. The old ego, you got to make a decision, a core decision. Let the old ego die, and that's not going to feel very comfortable. It's not going to feel very safe. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable for a little while. But it will allow the version of you to rise that will magnetize to the outcome that you desire, that will attract the outcome that you desire, that will co-create the outcome that you desire. You won't have to chase anymore. You won't have to spend all day long in every waking moment thinking about cancer, and you won't have to be Googling all day long. Dr. Google, what do you say about this? What do you say about that? Is flaxseeds okay for me? Should I take astaxanthin? Should I eat this? Should I eat that? You won't have to fuss with all of that, because all of those answers will flow to you. You'll find the alignment. You'll find the right voices. You'll find the right information. You'll be in a flow, because you're going to be rising into a new you, a more authentic you, a more aligned and tuned in, tapped in, and turned on you. And the process, the physical process, the doing process of healing is going to be so much easier. But when I see people researching all the time, questioning, second guessing, overthinking, overanalyzing, processing, their ego, their old ego is at work, and their old ego is resisting. Their old ego is saying, no, stay right where you are. You've been this way for 50 years. Stay right where you are. This is safe. Doesn't understand that it's not safe. It's safe to it because it's familiar. But that doesn't make it safe. All the overthinking and all the over-researching and all of the restrictions and the extreme measures that so many people go through, they're all based on an ego of the past that doesn't want to let go. But the message of cancer is that that ego has to let go. That ego has to die. You don't have to die. You get to live. That's the message. The message is for you to live. But the ego, the identity that got you here, has to perish in order for the new to rise and you to step into the future that you are destined for, the future that you desire, the future that is prepared for you. Have you made a decision? Hit the subscribe button, give me a like, share the video, make a decision today. Take one action that empowers you, empowers your healing, empowers a new version of you to rise up so that you can have the best life in the years ahead. The future awaits. In this moment right now, you can make a decision. Will you make the decision? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, keep joining me for more. Let's keep the conversation going. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Are you ready to make a decision? That's the message today.